just fall out of love with something and you don't really know why. So all my plants that I lovingly cared for all through the winter are now all out here dying. Well, they were inside dying, really. Kind of brought them outside before the rains, hoping that it would keep them alive, but I don't really know what happened. I just lost all interest. It's heartbreaking to look at. Maybe they'll come back. Maybe they'll get used to being outside and they'll flourish and my love will come back for them. I don't know. All these guys got put in the ground, I don't know, over a week ago. They're not thriving. I don't think they're even growing. I think they got stunted at some point and they're all just gonna die off. Some in pots that still need to go in the ground, but it's the same thing. I haven't really seen any growth or change in them over the last week. Some of the things just completely died, like this borage. Hoping the spinach will come back. So my boyfriend Ricky lovingly hand-tilled this area for me and helped me build the rows so I can get my plants on the ground. I was hoping that they would do better once they got on the ground, but that hasn't been the case. We're planning on tilling up all of this because we do want a nice sized garden, but just feeling a lot like a failure recently with everything. I don't know. I am thinking about starting some more seeds and hopefully doing a better job at caring for them this time. We're supposed to burn this pile of branches and stuff so we can spread the ash out over the area. And then there's a pump or well pump something back here. I don't know if you can see it. That's theirs, and he's gonna run water hose for me. Look how pretty this wisteria is. It's blooming everywhere out here. There's still a lot to be cleared out here. He did make a dent. This used to be just like this, and all that in that area was the same. And this goes, their property goes all the way to, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but there's some purple wisteria out there, and that's the fence line. He's actually working on his old Ford today, and I am trying to get myself motivated to do something out here. I don't know what's going on with me, like, I just don't, I have nothing. I have these things I really want to do, right? But I just can't seem to get it. I just can't seem to do it. I can't. I don't know. I don't know if it's being overwhelmed or something else. I don't know. In this trash can was a bunch of weeds and stuff that got left kind of over the entire winter, and I dumped it out the other day and realized that most of it is worm poop. It's worm castings. I had some rabbit poo I had thrown in here last summer also, and the worms have really worked all winter to break this down and turn it into usable fertilizer. And I was trying to see if I could pull up one of the worms that's in here. They got pretty fat. Well, I can't seem to find any now, but anyway, I wanted to keep this going. It does have drainage in the bottom, so got a bucket of brown leaves I'm gonna put in there. Give him some food. And then I'm also gonna chop a bunch of greens. I've got some pokeweed and some other things I'm gonna chop up and throw in there as well. So these are giant pokeweed stalks that are coming back from what I chopped down a few months ago, along with a rain tree there and a mulberry tree coming back from what I chopped down not too long ago. I'm gonna turn this one into a bush. We have trees all over, but I'm gonna chop this pokeberry and add that to my little bin for the worms. And these are young and green. They're super easy to cut back. Pokeweed is both edible and also toxic. So I don't mess with it because I don't know what I'm doing, but I know that parts of it are edible with the right process. I haven't done any research into it, but I know if you don't do the right process, this is very toxic and can make you very ill. And the berries, when they come on, a lot of people mistake them for elderberry, and it can be very dangerous. But for now, we are just using this as green for our worm bin slash cold compost. Alright, there's the green. I'm not really worried about how finely chopped it gets because last year we didn't care and it worked out just fine. So put some more brown on top and let the worms do their thing. Did decide to go ahead and start a tray of herbs in here. I was gonna do tomatoes and peppers, but because I don't have any cells, I didn't want all the roots to get intertwined. I feel like with herbs, it's not a big deal. You usually plant herbs together in pots anyway. So yeah, I'm hoping they'll come up. Discovered that there's a big corn snake living under this shed. The other day I went to look at a berry, not this one, but one like this on the other side, and I went, put my hand down there to go pick the berry and saw a snake head. So this is my first herb pot. Looking a little sad. I don't know if it's like lacking nutrients or anything, but I did put compost and potting soil in here when I planted them, so I had hoped that that would be good for them, but they just don't look their best. I haven't had a whole lot of luck with anything out here, really. If I'm being honest, nothing has really done very well, but there's some basil and parsley and thyme in here, but I started some more, like I said, because I'd really like to have that stuff. I really want to grow stuff. I really do. I just suck at it lately. You can see lots of nice elderberry coming back where it was cut from last year. We got some pretty thick stalks. All those shoots right there are coming off of branches that were cut back last year. Mosquitoes are out in full force. That didn't take very long. It hasn't even really got hot here. I mean, it gets hot, not every day. And they are out. We have lots of walking onion, or like, it's kind of a mix between onion and garlic, I guess. But it is spreading all over the yard. And I know you can use this. I just haven't really looked into it much. So I think they call it a walking because they start off with these little heads and then they start to pop open like this, and when they get heavy they fall over and the seeds spread the plant. I'm out trying to use some of this kale. The only thing I've heard of other than just eating it in a salad is to make like kale chips out of it. My only issue is It's really been taken over by aphids, and it's pretty gross looking. Like, that's horrible. I wouldn't eat that. There are leaves that aren't so infested. I know I could soak them in like salt water, but there's also this like sticky looking residue, and I don't know if that's from the bugs, but it also smells like a cat has sprayed over here, so I'm not sure if I should even try to eat it. Okay, so I decided to go ahead and start some more, at least peppers, maybe tomatoes also. I'd really like to get a good pepper harvest this year. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but might as well try, right? You're not gonna get anything if you don't try. I'm just gonna start them together in this smaller kind of pot. It's not that small, but it's smallish. And we'll separate them out once they get their first set of true leaves. So here's my pepper seeds. It's the only seeds I have. I'm just gonna put them all in one pot together. My camera's really messing up. And then I think I am gonna try some okra again because those plants are not doing well. Some squash again because same thing. And all my tomatoes, might as well. So I sowed them kind of thick because, like I said, I'll be separating them out once they get their first set of true leaves. So I'm just going to cover this with a little bit of soil, not too much. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to just leave them outside to germinate. What the heck is that in my soil? I don't know. Or if I should leave them in the shed with the heater on, because they had a great success germinating when they were in here at the end of winter with the heater on. They popped right up, and that was pretty impressive. So maybe we'll try that. Same thing with my okra seeds. Just gonna plant them a little deeper because they are bigger seeds. And I've got two kinds in there. Not really worried about labeling what they are because you'll be able to tell when they come up. Hopefully I didn't just plant them too deep. Alright, there's our tomatoes. And I did mostly Kellogg's Breakfast and the black brandy wine because I think those will be the two varieties that I really like. Not a huge fan of the super acidic kind unless they're cooked into something or stewed. Then they become more sweet, but ooh, that's a worm. Hey guy. Anyway, so got the tomatoes all in there, and then the last thing I'm gonna do before it starts to rain is the squashes. Alright, I did 5 each of the spaghetti and the crookneck. Those are my 2 favorite squashes. And we'll bury them even deeper because they're bigger seeds. And that's it. I think that's all I'm going to do today because, like I said, it is getting ready to rain, or it's supposed to. It's like 60% chance. That doesn't always mean that it's actually going to rain here, but I'm going to go wash my hands, wet the soil a little, call it a day in the garden, I guess. Thank you guys for watching. I know it's been a while since I put a full video up. Thanks for hanging in there, sticking around. And hopefully next time I see you, I'll be in a little bit better mood and my garden will be doing things. So, alright, I'll see you next time.